Hello friends, welcome to today's editorial analysis brought to you by Shankar IAS Academy. Today's date is 21/8/2024. Displayed here are the list of articles that we are about to discuss today. Here we are discussing about Ethanol Blending Programme and India-Malaysia relationship. The resource has been taken from the Hindu and the Indian Express. So without much delay, let's get started. Before we start our today's discussion, there are two important announcements. Shankar IAS Academy is coming up with pre-storming for the prelims 2025. It consists of 48 tests. Batch 1 starting on 6 September 2024. Admission is open now. The next announcement is the Shankar IAS Academy's All India mock test for UPSC Mains 2024. Link for both pre-storming and mains mock test has been provided in the description of today's video. Look at this article. Here we are going to discuss about India-Malaysia elevating ties. This article has been taken from the Indian Express. So let's get started with the discussion. See what is there in the news. Recently, the Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim visited India. The visit is expected to improve the cooperation in the areas of employment, repatriation of workers, fintech and semiconductors. So with this backdrop, let us see some historical and cultural heritage between India and Malaysia. See, the historical connection between India and Malaysia dates back to ancient times. Since 2nd and 3rd century CE, the influence of Indian culture, religion, especially Hinduism and Buddhism and languages like Tamil is being evident in Malaysian society, and it is also known for Indian diaspora, which accounts nearly 2.95 million of the total population, and also know that Malaysia is the second largest people of Indian origin community in the world after US. Moving forward, let us see some of its economic relation. Malaysia is India's 13th largest trading partner, and also India is among Malaysia's top 10 trading partners. Malaysia is the 26th largest investor in India, accounting for about 1.16 billion US dollars. Indian companies have invested around 250 manufacturing projects in Malaysia. Indian currency is also being used for trade between India and Malaysia. And also know that India-ASEAN Free Trade Agreement and Comprehensive Economic Cooperation Agreement, which aims to balance the bilateral trade and investment between India and Malaysia. And also know that India and Malaysia are the members of Indian Ocean Rim Association. With this, let's move to the defense cooperation. Both nations have signed MOU in defense cooperation in 1993 to enhance cooperation on various security issues including counter-terrorism, maritime security and defense cooperation. Joint exercise like Langkawi International Maritime and Aerospace Exhibition known as LIME and Milan are being conducted. And recently, Malaysia participated in the 12th edition of Milan exercise. Moving on, let us see what are the challenges with respect to India-Malaysian relationship. First one is domestic political issues. Changes in the political landscape of Malaysia, especially during election cycles, can impact its foreign policy, including relation with India. Secondly, the Kashmir issue. Malaysia's stance on Kashmir, particularly under the leadership of former Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad, caused diplomatic tension. Mahathir's criticism of India's policies in Kashmir led to temporary strain in the relation. Nextly, with respect to the economic issue, see there is a trade imbalance with Malaysia, exporting more to India than its imports. The next is palm oil issue. India's restriction on palm oil imports from Malaysia have significant impact on Malaysia's reliance on palm oil exports. Nextly, the competition with other nations. Malaysia's growing economic and strategic ties with China present a challenge for India. China's BRI project and its investment in Malaysia can sometimes sideline Indian interests. As a member of ASEAN, Malaysia's policies are often aligned with the collective stance of organizations. Sometimes India's interests may fully not align with ASEAN. Then with respect to defense and security concerns, while both countries have shared interest in securing maritime routes, there can be differences in their approaches to issues like South China Sea, where Malaysia has its own territorial claims. The next one is limited defense cooperation. Although there is a defense cooperation between India and Malaysia, it remains limited compared to Malaysia's defense ties with other countries. Then with respect to environmental concern, see India has raised concern about the environmental impact of palm oil production. These concerns include deforestation and the sustainability of palm oil. Then finally, there are some bureaucratic hurdles which will impact the implementation while there are numerous agreements and MOU signed between two countries. The implementation of these agreements can be slow or ineffective due to bureaucratic hurdles and differences in the governance style. Moving on, let us see what is the way forward. See, considering the strategic position of Malaysia and the shared cultural and historical ties, it is very important to strengthen the relationship. For this, India needs to ensure the welfare of the diaspora to promote soft power. Promotion of collaboration in academic and industry is also being recommended, and then improve the infrastructure to ensure better connectivity and trade. With this, we have holistically covered about India-Malaysia relationship. This is a crucial area for UPSC mains 2024 and also for 2025. So please make a note of it. If you have any doubts in this video, please don't hesitate to watch this video once again. So with this understanding, let us try to solve a question. Discuss the geographical and environmental concerns in the Indo-Malaysian relation. Suggest measures to improve it. If you guys interested in answering this question, please write it in the comment section below. We will provide feedback for this. So with this, let's move to the next topic for the discussion. Look at this article. Here we are going to discuss about Ethanol Blending Programme. So what is Ethanol Blending Programme? Let's start with the understanding about its objectives. Firstly, it is meant to reduce the import dependency. It is planned to lower India's dependency on imported crude oil by blending ethanol with petrol. The next one is environmental impacts. It actually reduces greenhouse gas emission and air pollution, and it also meant to support farmers by utilizing surplus sugarcane and agriculture waste. And ultimately, it is meant to boost the domestic biofuel industry and create more jobs. Moving on, let us see some of its benefits. The first one is environmental impact. See, ethanol is a cleaner fuel that helps in reducing carbon emission and improve air quality. So, it is environmentally very clean and sustainable. Next one is economic saving. See, it reduces countries' import bill by decreasing the need for imported fossil fuels. So, by this means, it ensures economic viability. The next one is agricultural support. It helps to absorb excess sugarcane production and stabilizing sugar prices, and also aids in benefiting farmers. And finally, it also ensures energy security by diversifying the fuel sources. Moving on, let us see the challenges in implementation and scaling up of ethanol blending. First one is infrastructural gap. Insufficient ethanol production capacity and lack of blending facilities across the countries. Second one is feedstock availability. Limited availability of feedstocks like sugarcane, maize for ethanol production, especially during drought, often creates bottlenecks in its production. Often creates bottlenecks in the ethanol blending program. Next one is policy and pricing issue. Unstable policy and delays in payments to ethanol producers can deter the production. Finally, there is a logistic and distribution challenges because difficulties in transporting and blending ethanol uniformly across states, often being a barrier in the success of this program. Moving forward, let us see what are the socio-economic implications. First one is income to the farmers. As we have discussed above, the ethanol blending program provides farmers with an alternative market for their crops, particularly sugarcane. Traditionally, sugarcane is used for producing sugar, but surplus production often leads to glut, depressing prices and leaving farmers with unsold stocks. By diversifying excess sugarcane to the ethanol production, farmers can actually earn additional income, stabilizing their financial situation. And it also has the potential to improve the rural livelihoods by stabilizing farm incomes and improving the quality of life. It can also aid in creates jobs in ethanol production, transportation and storage. And finally, there is a debate of food and fuel, because one of the major criticism of ethanol blending program is the potential diversion of food crops like sugarcane and maize for the fuel production rather than food consumption. This raises concerns about food security, especially in the country like India, where a significant population still faces food insecurity. Moving on, let us see some analysis about the effectiveness of the program. Let us see what is a positive impact. See, it actually successfully reduced oil imports, supported farmers and contributed to environmental sustainability. But there are some challenges still remain. Despite progress, issues like inadequate infrastructure, feedstock supply and inconsistent policies needs addressing to fully realize its potential. And it also been mentioned progress towards targets like aim for 20% of ethanol blending by 2025. Significant progress has been made, but more efforts are required to meet this target. Moving on, let us see some of the global best practices. With respect to Brazil, see, it is a leading country in ethanol production with over 27% of ethanol blending. Brazil uses sugarcane extensively and has developed a robust infrastructure and policies to support ethanol production. Nextly, with respect to United States, see, United States has a well-established ethanol industry, primarily using corn. It has implemented policies that encouraged ethanol use such as renewable fuel standards, also known as RFS. And lastly, with respect to European Union, it promotes biofuels including ethanol through the mandates and incentives, focusing on sustainable production methods to minimize environmental impact. With this, we have covered this topic in a holistic manner. So, with all this basic understanding, let us try to solve this question. Discuss the objectives and benefits of ethanol blending program in India. What are the key challenges in its implementation and scaling up? Analyze the socio-economic and environmental implication of the program and suggest measures to address these challenges while ensuring sustainable development. If you guys interested in answering this question, please write it in the comment section below and we will review it and give the comments. With this, we have come to the end of editorial discussion. That's all for today's discussion. If you like this video, please hit like, comment and share, and also subscribe to Shankar IAS Academy YouTube channel. Thank you.